but I was going to be looking at where I took the picture, the other camera, and for some reason it chose me. Um, Coming to you live from the shop. Wow, very loud garbage truck outside. Um, anyway, there is a lot of stuff going on. First off, last night was pretty terrible with Margalit. If you tuned into the live stream, I feel like we were getting to a pretty good place. I really wanted to discuss Peter David specifically, not in the realm of comics, but my relationship with his work in comics, but I didn't get to. She was adorably cranky. She did not go to sleep very easily after that. She was up till about 11. It was really a lot. It was a lot of baby. But yeah, we've got a whole bunch of new books, a couple of books that came out a few weeks ago. We got just enough copies for hold list people, but I didn't get for the shelf, mainly because, oh, we're in the silent, mainly because I've already ordered a lot of those books from Diamond, and now they're late, so I needed to get them for the hold list people, but I didn't want to. So Chainsaw Man has come out, Sakamoto Days has come out, Oshinoko came out today. We didn't get any for the shelf. Oshinoko is actually a different publisher, but anyway, and then there's a whole bunch of Macmillan first, second, drawn and quarterly that we haven't gotten. But more importantly than that, the thing that I think really needs to get like repeated over and over again is we are not ordering things. There are some great looking books that have come out in the last 2 or 3 weeks that I've seen people talk about them being good. I've seen creators talk about them being good. She is able to say no very well, which is an important thing to teach children, I think. Eventually you got to teach them to say yes. But I don't know that these books are going to sell or good enough here in the shop, so I don't order them. If I hear later that they're exceptional, we'll order them late. If someone asks me to get them for them, we'll order them. But so I always want to say every Tuesday, even though we haven't actually done a Tuesday here in the shop in a while, every Tuesday we're looking at new books. There are dozens of books we are not getting. There are loads of Marvel and DC trade paperbacks collections that we're not getting. So if you want to get them, please let us know. We've got The Kids of Cattywampus Street. This is really just that I'm a big Natalie Anderson. Natalie Anderson's going to be at Heroes Con if you're going to Heroes Con next week with a whole bunch of new prints. I love Natalie Anderson, so got this book just for the great little art. We got Cosmos. This came out a couple weeks ago. This is a alien coming to Earth looking for more aliens. Is my understanding of it. I will let you know when I've read more. Fairy Cat, I think, really says it all in the name. A Witch's Life in Jungle by Tomato Soup. This is a very popular online comic. I think it's got a mix of a Tezuka sort of simplicity and look at culture. Of course, it's almost like an incredibly simplified fantasy version of Bride Story, which also helps. I'm a big fan of Bride Story. Spacewalking with You. This is a very interesting one that walks a very interesting line in all its advertisements. In its advertisements, it implies that this chill, semi-delinquent, and this weird, exuberant kid become friends when they're at a new school together. But there's also a little bit of a hint that this guy might actually be an alien and not a human. It's a little unclear, so I'm curious about that one. Doodles by Ryoko Kiyu. That's the artist of Dungeon Meshi, Delicious in Dungeon. She put out a wonderful little art book, mostly Dungeon Meshi related characters, but other things as well. So that's why it has such a extensive name. It's got lots of cute little comics as well as fully realized drawings and little doodles. Static Season 1. Carrie... I think it's a Carrie Randolph cover, but I could be wrong. Vita Ayala and Nicholas Draper launched Static over when Milestone was supposed to come back for its 25th anniversary and basically ended up coming back for its 28th anniversary to go close to its 30th. Great series that sort of connects with what originally happened in the Milestone comics as well as a little bit Static's own TV show, so that you can really read it on its own. Really great standalone. I'm very happy that they've made a compact version of it. Really fun stuff. Spent by Alison Bechtel. We've been talking about this for a week because we've been waiting for it for a week. Finally arrived. We do have signed first editions here. How many we'll actually have on the shelf by next week, I don't know. I highly recommend it. I'm pushing it on everyone. I think Alison Bechtel's biggest flaw in her graphic novels is that they're almost all, they are, up until now, they've all been nonfiction, specifically devoted to herself and her relationship with exercise, her mother, her father, and what she really needed to bring was some of that fun, Dykes to Watch Out For energy, that those silly invented characters who can be a little bit more ridiculous than all the characters in her book could be. And she heard me. So in this book, Alison and Holly, the creators of the book, Alison Bechtel, who wrote and drew it, and Holly, who colored it, own a farm for pygmy goats, which they eventually become famous with because of some of the adorable goats, and they have to deal with the internet and fame in our modern era, something that Alison, of course, has dealt with herself now for many years, but done with just enough of like a Romana Clef, a silly take on it, that there's a lot more humor in this book than a lot of the other Alison Bechtel books that are out there. Highly recommended. Definitely grab it. We've got the second ElfQuest Original Quest collection. This is with those original lurid colors as the Peonies wanted them. Nice little hardcovers. We've got the latest Wolverine series. Saladin Ahmad came in and made a really fun Wolverine who is angry and sad and pissed off after everything that happened with Krakoa. Definitely a fun read. A lot of people I know were very excited. In the early days, he goes and fights the Wendigo. Of course, his famous first appearance has the Wendigo in it. But also just really a character who's been sort of aimed as a bullet. Benjamin Percy series, and a lot of the stuff that he appeared in Krakoa has Logan very much like, oh, Logan, you're going to be the guy who does this. You need to do that because of your past, because of your this, because of that. And this really just lets it be more of a free-for-all crazy thing, and I really enjoy that. Sorry about that. We've got Ultimate X-Men Volume 2. We'll talk about that in one more second. And Huriyasumi, the wonderful Slice of Life series that we've been pushing. We just got all 4 volumes. We actually just sold out of Volume 1. If you go over here, you'll see that we're sold out of Volume 1. But we do have, I keep missing these buttons, but I do have plenty of 2, 3, and 4. And now we have 5. So, Ultimate X-Men. Why do I want to talk about Ultimate X-Men? Because Ultimate X-Men is by far the most unique of the Ultimate books. The Ultimate books are all wonderful. They're all very enjoyable. But Ultimate X-Men, if you haven't read it, is the one that really takes place in its own little world. So, like, Ultimate Black Panther very much takes place in its own little world. Wakanda has stayed hidden from all the machinations going on in the Ultimate Universe. But that book is about them being forced to interact with those things and deal with them. Whereas Ultimate X-Men, Japan is sort of its own little space. No one really interacts. They know about the outside world, but they don't deal much with it. Only specific dignitaries within the country go out into other parts of the world. So the average person who you following a bunch of teenagers in Japan, they really don't have a larger cultural perspective. They only know their own history and their own culture. It's really a wonderful series to deal with teenhood, to deal with change, because you don't have to tie it into the larger parts of. Anyway, so that's why I definitely think Ultimate X-Men is the prettiest book out there. It's really all those 12 new books. Any day I'm going to get a bunch of Macmillan stuff. That's the Macmillan books that came out in May that we never got, as well as some reorders. I have a whole bunch of reorders coming in from other people. There are some books that should be on the shelf that came damaged and things like that. We will report them when they actually come in. No rush. I have a very bad headache. I kind of been slowly building headache for the last hour. I'm not thrilled about that. But as we've been talking about the summer and how summer has been, I will point out that today, gorgeous day, mid-70s. Well, someone's asked a serious question here, but then they're not here anymore. They've got 0 watchers. If you come back and you want to answer that question, let me know. The answer's numerous times, but I don't know what you mean by kid. I don't know how young you mean by a kid. Oh, there you go. Okay. I don't know how young you mean, but like, there's comics where like made by Jewish organizations and Jewish publishers, not in the mainstream comic publishing. There's loads of those currently coming out all over the Orthodox and conservative Jewish world. There's loads of graphic novels that you get through there, like publishing imprints. But from larger imprints, there's Hereville. It's about a Hasidic girl named Mirka, who deals with fantasy adventure. There's a couple of books that deal with kids in Jewish mythological settings. The Book of Secrets, The Hidden Corner. They fight, Shadim and all this Jewish mythos. There's of course the famous Mendy and the Golem, which Stan Goldberg and Joe Kubert did work on for the Lubavitch organization, and that's been brought back a few times within their own place. But I'm sure there's dozens that I'm not even remembering. I believe one of the Batgirls in the current DC Bombshells run, not current, but the last DC Bombshells run was a Jewish girl. Kitty Pryde, of course, famously Jewish. Lots of stuff like that. It's really a question of what you mean and how you mean. But yeah, business has been pretty decent for summer. Today, obviously, we said the last couple weeks have been great, but today we did have lots of people coming in and browsing and checking out the shop who have not been here for a while. Many, of course, commenting on the rearrange. The big thing, of course, is that while we have lots of people coming in and buying all these great books we're also still trying to slow down our restock. So some books sell very well and need to be restocked right away, but other books sit around for a while, and it's always hard to delineate what I need to do to get the books that are sitting for a while out that isn't just a clearance sale. So, like I said, I have a headache. I'm kind of babbling here, but as long as people are coming in who don't come in very often, who we haven't seen in a while, and they're looking around, they're usually finding new stuff. So that's great. Even if it's not new, it's new to them. But as I said, this is the time. This is when lots of people come out, lots of people are available and having fun. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to continue all summer, and I am pretty worried about that. I've got the space set up for tomorrow's new comic books. We have a fun little story about me absolutely messing up my orders about Batman 160. We talk about that, how we have a few hundred copies of that sitting around. There's a new Ultimate Spider-Man issue and many other comics that will be on this blank space tomorrow. Until then, remember, damn it, babies, you gotta be kind.